Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I am going to do a love oracle for today. Today is Thursday. It is June 4th, 2026. You may follow me on the Talk the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, we love that for you. Whatever doesn't, leave it on the table for someone else. You do not need to take on energy that wasn't meant for you. We're going to use the Price of Love Oracle by Crystal Banner. You can find this at kaleidadope.com. She also has an Etsy shop. Okay, so tell me, did anything happen to you today? Today is Thursday. Why is my screen all blurry? It's because of the damn light. Okay, hold on. Let me turn this light on. Tell me, did anything happen to you today on Thursday? The only thing that happened to me, still blurry because it's the light coming in the window. What the hell? And it doesn't even look like there's any coming in. Oh well, so you can't see my face. It's fine. The only thing that happened to me today is my friend and I picked next to each other, a younger woman, and we took our lunch early because we started early. We started at 4 a.m. So we took our lunch about 8:30 in the morning. And I was not at all interested in drinking my protein drink or having my protein bread or my oatmeal jam-packed with seeds and nuts. So I said to her, do you want to take a drive to Starbucks? And she goes, yes. So her and I got in my car and we drove to Starbucks. We ordered it as we were driving there and I ran in and picked it up. That was the only out of the ordinary thing that happened to me. Otherwise, it just seemed like a normal day to me. Bullshit, more bullshit. Hopefully somebody had something really good happen. It's Thursday. We got 2 on the table. I'm not really feeling the tarot today, so I'm probably going to do the love oracle and then I'll probably do the collective and that's about it. I don't know why. I was going to do the readings and then when I came home I was like, I don't know. It's having a Kim moment. Someone, you guys realize the love oracle doesn't necessarily have to be romantic love. It could technically be like friends, family, that kind of thing. We only got 2 cards on the table, but somebody is surrounded by drama. Like there's drama going on. And I think this is just saying, know your worth. Know who you are. Ignore whatever is going on. If you're not involved, remain uninvolved. If you hear a rumor that someone's talking about you, don't do anything. Go on with your life. Like, that kind of shit is just not even worth, it's just not even worth confronting anybody or anything like that. Like, seriously. Somebody might be saying that someone is codependent, even though they're not. Or maybe someone is codependent and it's being talked about. Possibly 2 people because there's 2 arms, 2 hands here. I don't know, y'all. I think I've told you guys this a million times. Like after what happened with the guy I fell in love with last year and all that drama. And even a couple months ago, I finally fell off with that last friend because she decided to be friends with him instead of be friends with me, which is fine. People can do whatever they want. I have just totally withdrawn myself from either of the women, the guy. There's 1 or 2 guys that are friends with the guy and the other 2 women. I just don't talk to any of them. I just don't have anything to do with any of them. Like it's not worth like the mental anguish. It's not worth my time, my energy. And when it comes down to it, it's just it's just all so low vibrational. Very childish, very ignorant. I don't know. And I think I've told you guys the guy that I was in love with and the two young women, like they've been gossiped about for like the last 7 or 8 months. Like people think they're in a throuple, like the one is she's not married, but she's been with her partner, her male partner, for probably like 16, 17 years. Their oldest kid is like 14, 15. Their youngest, I think, is like 12, 13. I don't see her leaving her partner, like, and this is just my personal belief, but from what she's told me in the past, it almost feels like she thinks that they're twin flames, like, because I've met him twice. I saw him. He didn't even introduce himself. He didn't say a word. He looked mad as shit to even have to be out with his family, and who used to be my friend. Um, I think she thinks that it's a twin flame connection and that she's there to save him, and she has to put up with whatever he doles out until he becomes saved. I seriously think that's what she thinks. But I think she seeks attention from other males in the warehouse because he doesn't give her attention at home. And maybe she has affairs, maybe she doesn't. I have no idea. I I wouldn't guess on that, but I just, that whole situation, like just the fact that people talk about them behind their back, and I know that all of them talk about me behind my back. They totally think I'm a whack job. That's fine. Go ahead and think I'm a whack job. If it means you stay away from me, fabulous. Think I'm a whack job. Like, I don't care. I don't care. We're gonna do 2 more shuffles. And it's funny because everything happened with him and I last year, God told me that he did have feelings for me, but that he's meant to go in a different direction and he's meant to learn like some type of karmic lesson. And I think these two young women, especially the one that has the partner, I think though that's his karmic lesson. I seriously think that they are his karmic lesson. And I just stand by and watch, and I was laughing. Now it's just kind of sad, honestly. But it's not for me to say anything. It's not for me to tell him. It's not for me to step in between. That's his fate. That's his destiny, right? Whatever happens, happens. Okay, we got 5 on the table. We're doing 1 more shuffle. Someone created a situation where another person is dependent on them. It's codependency. There's manipulation there. 6 with the bottom of the deck. Okay, let me show you what we got here. We've got know your worth. We've got drama, codependency, manipulation, synchronicity, and then bottom of the deck is boundary. So let me just say this. I think this is your energy. If this resonates for you, I think this is your energy. Know your worth, hold to your boundaries. These 4 cards in the middle is a whole other situation. And it could be possible that people are involved in this situation and they're going to try and draw you in. That's where like the drama comes into play. Like it's going to be something that you're not going to want to be involved in. And if you can pick up on it right away, I really feel like, kind of like how, was it yesterday or the day before, I was talking about the wall going up, the wall going down, however you want to phrase that. Like somebody's going to put their boundaries into place real quick if they're not already always there. Because somebody's in the background manipulating something, And it's basically like trying to keep a person or people codependent, like keep a whole situation up in the air. It just kills me, the things that people will manifest for and do black magic for and put spells on. It's like, you can manifest for your own abundance. You can ask God for $1 million. Like, why are you fucking around with people's lives? Like, how is that fulfilling? And like, okay, let me put it to you this way. Like, let's say an old friend of mine who I no longer talk to is having spell work done on me. Let's say she goes to a psychic, she goes to a tarot reader, she has readings done on me. You know, she hears what she hears, she doesn't hear what she wants to hear, whatever. It is what it is. Let's say nothing is happening to me. Let's say I'm out there living my best life and it's amazing. And she's paying all this money to put all this negative spell work on me and nothing is happening. Does she even see that over there? Because odds are she doesn't even see it. If her and I aren't friends anymore, there could be a blocking or, a delete, like we're not friends on Facebook, we're not friends online. Like, how would they know that I'm seeing all this negative spell work come to fruition? Like, and here's the thing with me. Like, I'm so freaking cheap. Like, if I were to go out there and try and pay like a high priestess or a witch, whatever you want to call them, like $200 to do a spell on somebody to make them feel some kind of way. If I don't know that that worked, I'm not going to pay for another one. I don't understand people. I just don't understand people. And I think I've told you guys this before. The guy that I was exercising with last year, I was walking with him. He works in another department in our warehouse. He's the guy I don't like. He's the one that said inappropriate things to me and I just was not at all interested in. So I stopped hanging out with him. I stopped talking to him. He still doesn't understand. Like, he still doesn't know why. And I'm very like hesitant to actually, like, if he were to ask me, like what happened, I probably would have no problem telling him. I'm just very much afraid of his reaction because from his own words, he has violent tendencies. So like, I just try and ignore him as much as possible. But the funny thing is he told me that one time he went to a witch and had them do spell work on his ex so that she would still be in love with him. The thing is they never got back together. You could fall in love with somebody and not be with them. So I don't think he did ask for like the right kind of spell. I also don't necessarily believe that worked. And I just think it's insane to me that he told me he paid $1,500 for one love spell that he doesn't even know if it ever even worked. And I mean, it didn't. She never came back. They never got back together. Never even, a wham bam thank you man, in the offshoot, like nothing. So you wasted $1,500 on that, sir. And you complain you never have any money. Hibiscus tea. I don't know. There's something going on here. I'm not saying it's black magic. I'm not saying there's hoodoo voodoo. I'm not saying that there's spells. I'm just saying like somebody is trying to keep someone dependent on them, on others. It's just unnecessary drama. Unnecessary drama. And if you're the know your worth and the boundaries, like why would you want to be involved in this? And I really do. I feel like somebody is trying to bring you into it, or they already have tried, or they're going to try. And it's funny because whoever this is doing all this behind the scenes, they think this is fate. They think this is destiny. They think they were meant to do this. And it's not to say that they weren't, right? Because I've said this before. There is a reason why there are good people and there are even evil people. That's part of your contract. If you signed a contract with God and said you would come to earth for 50 years and for the last 20 of them you'd be an evil mother, then that's your contract. Like God's not going to save you. Not God's not going to, have you heal or anything like that. Like that's your contract. That's what you're supposed to do. That's how you're supposed to fulfill it. And I really and truly believe that. I believe that you sign a contract, and what happens to you in this life is typically what you signed up for. Can you change things? Of course you can. It's your life. You're here. You have a certain amount of freedom. You know, God's not here. God, I mean, he is, but he's not. You still have a will. If God had you signed a contract that said that you were going to be a red rummer, but down here in the 3D, the day before you were supposed to have your first red rum, you kind of like had this feeling like, am I really going to do this? Like, do I really want to do this? Maybe I should go see a doctor. Maybe I should check myself into the hospital. And then somebody could totally change their life. That is what we would probably call, a curse breaker. You may have signed up to do that, but you went another way, and you went in a totally, completely different way, but on the positive. And even though God would look at you and be like, okay, you didn't fulfill your contract, he would look at you and be like, damn, like this human is humaning. Like this human like figured something out and realized that they didn't want to be that type of person, so they changed. You know, even though this person didn't fulfill their contract, it would be a very intriguing prospect to God that somebody could change like that and heal themselves like that. And even though they didn't fulfill the contract, God would probably give them props, you know? Like you just totally changed your life, totally went in a whole other different direction. I don't know. I don't know. This is, I mean, to me that kind of energy gives like narcissism, mental illness. Because why would you think that it's fate, destiny, for you to manipulate situations, to manipulate people, to create codependency, to start drama? And then again, maybe this person knows. Maybe they know that this is part of their contract. And maybe they are so low vibrational, they don't even care. I'm just fulfilling my contract. That's what I came here to do. Like, and I don't know why I don't know why I'm getting this, but I'm looking at the manipulation card, and when you look at the puppet strings, right? That piece of wood, it kind of looks like a cross, like a cross. And somebody might have been double crossing another person on purpose. Because there's something about this manipulation card. There's something about that cross. I just heard cross watcher. Could have been somebody playing like two sides, The easiest example I can think of with that is like if you have three friends in a group and the one person in the middle like is constantly having to hear from each of the other two friends, and that they're like, oh no, you're right, oh no, you're right, oh no, you're right. And it's kind of like that juggle, that balance, like, oh, I'm just going to make them think that they're right so we get along. I'm going to make them think that they're right so we get along, and then I don't have to deal with anything. And whether or not whoever this is, or even if it's a community of people that's creating this situation, with the synchronicity card, this person or these people, they're going to get signs that they're supposed to stop. Like, quit fucking around. And I don't think it's because they're supposed to technically quit fucking around. I think it's because of whoever they're fucking around with, they're not supposed to be fucking around with. Like, if you're not in this situation, but someone comes to you and tries to draw you into it so you're involved, like God would be sending them signs saying, no, 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 don't involve collective, don't involve the audience because they're divinely guided, they're divinely blessed. Don't touch them. Don't do anything. And this person would just totally like, no, I'm gonna fucking do whatever I want. I'm gonna roll right over people, manipulate. I don't care, you know. I'm gonna leave it there. I hope it resonates for somebody. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. I hope you all have a fabulous Thursday evening. Again, tell me in the comments if anything happened to you today. I would love to hear. I'll talk to you later. Bye.